You enjoyed their tune Undertaker when Monkey Boy played it a couple months ago. So when we here at Real Rock Nights heard the latest release, Cocaine, it was a no-brainer, man. Cody in the house
What's up?
from Moon Fever. What's up, man?
How's it going? Thanks for having me, buddy.
Oh, thanks for being here. I really, really
Yeah.
appreciate it. You're so gracious, sir. I love it. Uh, hey, first off, I want to uh, tell you, man. Now, your sound is so reminiscent of things I've heard before, and then I learned that you've been working with Jim Kaufman, and
hmm
then things clicked for me. Uh,
Uh,
Tell me what it's like to work with Jim. What kind of a person is he in the studio?
Jim. So first off, Jim has since we got into Moon Fever, Jim has become one of my best friends. Literally, he's. I talk to that guy every other day. He's a killer, genuine guy. Always about. He's always got something positive, and he's always trying to do something with his life. It's good. He's very driven, and but in the studio, it's been a different process because we begot at first we didn't know each other. Now we know each other like brothers. We mess
Okay.
around, diss on each other all pretty much the whole time. But so before, when we first didn't know each other, the guy knows exactly what he's doing. He's a professional. He knows that he doesn't waste time by letting you explaining that to you. He just like he tells you what to do and you do something, and then he's doing something for a minute and you're like, it's just kind of like a magician. He makes it sound so good. He knows his gear, he knows music, and hell of a guy.
So is he one of those guys that can see the whole vision is in his head, knows like from beginning to end how it's going to sound, and then works with you and pulls that out?
Yeah, but he's that. But sometimes, but lately we go into these songs so amateur or unaware. It's not we don't we go in them so new. The songs are so new, and so we kind of all together with Jim make them into what they are. So
Okay.
and yeah, so we all have that. We all kind of know, but Jim brings more. Jim is really good at grasping the rock, and he helps us stay in our lane because sometimes we want to go this way, but he helps us keep it rock.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
all right. I always wonder what it was like because there have been different bands that I've worked with that have also had Jim Kaufman working with them in the studio.
Uh-huh.
So I always wanted to know because yeah, he's always got like really cool pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if he was like pulling it out from the artist
He's
or
a
if
percussion wizard, man. He does all tambourines, all shakers, every percussion. It's him, and he gets in there and just nails it out. I mean, some of the songs he's going so fast, I can't even. It's incredible, but yeah, and he's good. I mean, he's got They do all these. Him and his engineer Ryan are just. They're awesome. Jim is a great guy and an even greater producer. Hell of a guy to hang out with, and he's fun to write with. So
awesome.
very. Yeah.
If I can, I want to talk about your tune Undertaker for a second.
Mhm.
Now, this artist rendering video, like
Yeah.
where did that idea come from? It makes it stand out like 100%. It's really cool, man.
Mitch knew this guy. Mitch is the guitar player, and he knew this guy from Los Angeles, and he always wanted to work with him. And he actually did a video for us for a song that isn't out yet. And
Oh,
yeah, and so we were like, and I think Mitch came. Mitch was like, we should use him for the Undertaker music video, and we were great idea. And then he liked it as well, and Ethan York is his name, and he cranked it out, man. He got exactly what we were trying to do. He's a hell of an artist. I love
it's
it.
it's awesome. And now some of us here at Real Rock Nights have been not really fighting, but kind of having like a little argument. Now, in that video, now A, some people on the A side think that the woman is the Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are people on the B side, which I think is kind of interesting because most of them are women on that side that think that the woman in the video is actually the Grim Reaper. Now, can you shed some light on that, or are we totally all off base?
Y'all are both right.
Oh,
So
both right.
the argument is, if is she a Grim Reaper or is she an Undertaker? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think she's both. It's just about a really bad relationship, and if you would have stayed in it, you felt like you were gonna die, kind of thing. Evil.
The evil woman, and I think that's why, like, so many of the females here thought that it was the Grim Reaper, because they're like, no, and there are women out there that are bitches and just suck your soul.
Yep.
And it's like, but then, like, I'm like, oh man, well, I don't know, I don't want to call like every woman a bitch,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. There's
but the
some great
cool
ones
thing
out.
was women calling women a bitch.
Yeah.
So, on
All,
your
both
current,
all have horrible versions. You know.
what's that?
I said both species have horrible versions. Men and women, everybody. There's always a bad one somewhere.
Exactly, exactly. On to your current single, Cocaine. Now, this is a fun song, man. Just that, the intro alone, like, it like almost like transports me, sends me back. Like, I feel like I'm riding like in a convertible, and just outside of Vegas or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, what was your vision for that?
For the song,
Yeah.
in general, we it just kind of we write a lot of songs together, and you'll just be searching for the thing that the song is about. Sometimes it's a phrase, or it's an emotion, and at this time I think we were joking and we were trying to find a melody, and cocaine was the cocaine. And we were like, we can't do that. And then we were like, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, we can. You know what I mean? We're like, this is rock and roll. Everybody's done it. They're not saying we still do it. But we're like, it's like we can tell a story, So it's basically like, all right, let's dive in and tell a story about, maybe, I guess, the first time you do it, because it's never good ever again after that. Kids out there listening, don't do cocaine. But
PSA.
yeah, yeah, and it was just also like we wanted to be big balls rock band, and it was just like, man, everybody's kind of scared to do anything out of the books. It's like, oh, you can't get that on the radio, or oh, don't talk about that, or oh, don't say that. We're like, this is the perfect thing. It's a word that's not used, and it's kind of bad, and it's like, let's do this. This sounds like rock and roll to me.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say, is rock, man. It's a.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy here at the studio about that last night,
Mhm.
and uh, people that listen to music now, I don't think they understand how much they're missing out on, because
Yeah.
this isn't a classic rock show by any means,
Mhm.
but uh in like the late 70s, early 80s, it's like
Mhm.
there was not that cancel culture out there,
Yeah.
where you could do like five things, but there were like 105 things you could not do.
Yeah.
And so that was what you were kind of feeling in this when you were putting it together, correct?
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it was like, I mean, we say the F word in it. We just funny kind of cliche innuendos about partying your ass off. But then what's funny is we didn't think it was going to be a big push of a song, and our manager, and we're glad he did. He was like, "This is the next one. Like, you got to drop this one on him," and he knew what he was doing. Because now, if I saw the words cocaine on a Spotify, I'd be like, "All right, what's this about?"
Exactly. Well, that's what even the cover of the single,
Oh
the
yeah.
artwork, like you have like that kind of vibe going on. I'm like,
Mhm.
whoa, I almost feel like somebody from Laughman or something is going to pop
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Uh, is that kind of where, because you're moving forward in your career, is that kind of where you want your career to like kind of head? Are you kind of thinking about forking off into that kind of party rock zone?
No, we've got, I mean, of course, there's always a time and place for it. Like that one, especially live, is just fun. And you got to have those songs that are just 2.5 minutes of just pure rock, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of songs that we've done. We've recorded 30 songs in a year. We've been a band for a year, a little over. And we've recorded 30. We're almost done with all of them. But there's some on there that are like, you wouldn't even think it was us, you know? And
Oh,
some of them are quiet rock ballads, and then we've got a bluesier one. But this one, we were just like, we want, because you know it's 2020 now, and there's so many different influences of rock that all of us in the band have, and so we're like, you can't mesh it all into like one song. So we're like, all right, this is our freaking like 80s Sunset Strip pile driving rock song, and this is going to be our, you know, Led Zeppelin-ish, you know, Cream style one, and this is going to be maybe a new one. We got some newer kind of stuff that sounds like Green Day-ish, you know. And there's just so much influence that you're robbing, you're doing music listeners and yourself, you know, wrong if you're not accessing all of them.
so then when you say that going to all these different styles and stuff, uh, uh, is that do you, how do I say this? Now, is that kind of a standard in your writing style?
No, it's mostly like a lot of it's just feeling. I'm a big feeling guy, and so is Mitch, and we write a lot together. And we hear, you know, it's just like the guitar riff was done before I wrote lyrics to it. The music was pretty much done from Mitch on Cocaine, and it was just like, this makes me, you know, I mean, that we just came up with the word cocaine on accident, you know. So it was just like the feeling that we got from it, you know. And then like, so we have other songs that are kind of like innocent feeling, like not breakup songs, but I'm sad I miss you songs. And it's kind of, so it kind of goes towards that era of rock, you know, because the 80s
Okay.
rock wasn't innocent at all.
Yeah. No,
You
no.
know, and towards the 90s it got innocent, and it's kind of grungy, so it kind of sounds 90s on this one. And it's just because that's all I know, you know. That's when I think of that feeling, I resonate with that, the music that helps me when I'm sad. So I'll probably start writing towards that era, you know. I guess you can say it's never planned, it just happens.
Just happens.
Yeah.
Last thing that I wanted to talk to you about was where did moon fever come from?
Yeah.
Where
we
did where did
uh
you?
we were just sitting around our rehearsal space in Los Angeles. I had just joined the band, and we were sitting around the little smoking section at the rehearsal studio trying to find a name. And one of our friends that was with us used to work with um, Temple of the Dog,
Okay.
and he was telling us about Chris Cornell saying something about he was having moon fever. She was just telling us a story because we were talking about good band names, and you know, we were talking about Chris Cornell and all, whatever. And so she was telling us a story about him, and in the story he said something about moon fever, and somebody heard it, and I think Mitch did, and he was like, "Ooh, moon fever." And then I was like, "Black moon fever. I don't want to be moon fever. Let's do black moon fever." But we all eventually decided on moon fever because, you know, we were a bunch of, and we didn't have any. We didn't think about Tom Petty album at the time either. Full Moon Fever.
Yep, that's what.
But
Because I think it's kind of funny when I first started. Uh, Hell, it was before Undertaker was even sent to me.
uh
Somebody says something about that if you like the Black Moods, check these guys out. And
nice.
so then I went and I looked at it, and it's kind of funny if you type in Moon Fever on
Yeah,
Google, all this Tom
yeah,
Petty crap pops up, and it's like, no, I don't think that's
yeah,
what I want.
yeah. It's hard, but I mean, that's what we decided, and it started to fit. It fit the agenda we were going for. It was just, you know, something people will remember, and we are some rowdy guys who get a bad case of moon fever. You know, we like to go out all night. You know.
Once again, that's we have to throw that PSA out there. Do not do cocaine, kids. Hey,
Yep,
Cody, I really, really appreciate it, man. Thanks
man.
for
I
being with us.
appreciate it.
Uh, what is your website again? Is it moonfever.com?
Yes, sir.
Okay, head there. You will not be disappointed. All their music is up there. And then you guys are on all the socials, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Every one of them, I'm sure. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Okay, well, you can see Cody's really excited about it. So
I,
send him a DM and tell
you have to
him that
so
you
much
love him or something.
Yeah, right.
What? What?
You have to do so much social media work as a band member. It's like post this here, post that, and then post the same thing here. Then you got to post. I'm like,
Well,
anxiety.
that's what the same thing with my show and my stations. Uh, when granted, now we got the COVID thing going on, but when I was traveling all these shows and festivals and stuff, uh, do the interview, upload the interview to like this social, this social, this social, this. Okay,
Mhm.
now edit the video, upload the video to this, and then all of a sudden, like after I send like all the pictures and everything to all the different sites, then it's like, oh crap, I got another interview in like 5 minutes. Oh,
Oh man,
so yeah, no, I totally understand. I wish
yeah,
if there's anybody out there watching or listening right now, if you can create an app that
handles
will
all.
take and connect all of them, and all we have to do is hit a button that says send.
Yeah,
Okay, do it, man. You're gonna get freaking rich just off
yeah.
Cody and I.
We free subscriptions.
So I so appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it too.
And this is your show. So you got anything you guys want to promote or anything? Get the stuff to me. Ed Bunker, who I work with quite a bit. It's like just have him like email me, and I
Okay.
don't care if it's something. If you think it's stupid, hey, send it anyway. And I'm gonna throw it
All
up on the
right.
website. I'm gonna get it on the show. Whatever, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Totally appreciate you. And what do you say we listen to Cocaine?
All
Huh?
right.
Yeah,
Listen.
this is Moon Fever and their tune Cocaine. It's right here, right now on Real Rock Nights.